Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna have some fighting words. Before we go any further, I need you to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about the fight that happened over the weekend with Tommy Fury versus Anthony Taylor. I just have to say this was not a great fight. This was definitely not a great fight. Not only was it not a great fight, it should have been a highlight reel. That's the reason why I was so disappointed in this fight. Anthony Taylor is not a striker. I mean, he's just not. He wasn't even a good MMA fighter. Nonetheless, any kind of striker in MMA, like, just overhand rights, and I mean wild overhand rights. Like, it's just like, it's not even funny. This should have been an easy win and a highlight reel for Tommy Fury. And it was like set up for Tommy Fury. You couldn't ask for a more ideal opponent. A lot smaller than you. I mean, Tommy weighed in at 190, and Anthony Taylor, he weighs in at 175. A lot smaller. And of course, again, you know, you hydrate. You're going to be a lot bigger. Tommy was a lot bigger. I mean, he's just a big dude. All the guys in the family are just a big dudes. But I don't see why this literally couldn't have been a highlight reel. Shout out to Tommy, because he was very honest in the end of the fight, and he said, I didn't give myself a great grade in this fight. I did a lot of things wrong, and it wasn't a great performance. And I concur. It was not a great performance. He had everything he needed to make a big debut in America and a highlight reel and really impress everybody, including Jake Paul, where Jake Paul would say, I want to fight that guy next. I mean, I don't really think Jake Paul's built like that. Like, if he saw somebody knock somebody out, I don't think that would entice Jake Paul to be like, I want to fight him next. But nonetheless, I think if he looks at it in terms of revenue, he would be like, that guy's, the people love him, and he just had this big knockout. Sure, I'll fight him because I know we're going to generate a lot of money. That's what I mean. But everything that you can think of to make this a mismatch for Tommy to make his debut into the U.S., and he did not take advantage of any of it. You had Anthony Taylor, who's talking all this trash, the whole promotion, and he's not even, he is not a great trash talker at all. Like, he's horrible. Tommy's not a trash talker. He's just not. He's not his brother. Okay? And I'm not trying to hold him up to his brother, but he's a very intelligent person. You could just listen to him and tell, he thinks before he speaks. What I mean by that is he still could have ran circles around Anthony Taylor verbally, and he didn't do it. That was number one. Number two, they get in the ring. You're so much bigger. You're so much stronger. You have way more experience. Your brother is the heavyweight champion of the world. Some may even consider him the greatest champion, well, the best right now. I'll put it like that. That's who you spar on a regular basis. That's who your big bro is. And you let Anthony Taylor, last that long in the ring? I was not impressed. And I like Tommy Fury. I actually really like Tommy. And I believe he in time, he will morph into something more complete. Granted, he doesn't have a whole lot of fights under his belt. He is pretty green. And he doesn't have an amateur background, really. I think he's got 10 fights or something like that. He doesn't have an amateur background. It's not deep at all. But still, you spar at least top three on a regular basis. You got Deontay Wilder out there. You got Anthony Joshua. We'll say top three. And yet, you couldn't completely dismantle Anthony Taylor. And it was just to me, I just felt like, imagine somebody just throwing you an alley-oop and all you gotta do is dunk it. That was literally it. All you gotta do is dunk the ball. The ball's, listen, there's nobody down there. Everybody's on this side of the court. I'm tossing it all the way down there. All you gotta do is dunk the thing. You're gonna make a highlight reel. It was perfect for you. And you have somebody with very limited striking skills, extremely limited boxing skills, mismatched size-wise, and you let this man exist longer than it had to. I hope his next showing we will see something a little better than that. But overall, I wasn't impressed with this performance, and it had all the makings of a beautiful highlight reel. And unfortunately, he did not live up to it. But I do want to see him again. I would definitely like to see him again, Jake Paul. You know, that was brought up. Apparently, he tried to make his way in the ring after Paul versus Woodley, and he was stopped. So, you know, I don't know if Jake Paul is just blowing smoke. I don't know what. But Tommy Fury is the perfect opponent for Jake Paul. They're both in their early 20s. I don't think either one of them are over 25. Both in their early 20s. Yes, Jake Paul has just come into boxing, but Tommy Fury's only got like 10 fights. So they're relatively even in that you know, in that realm as well. They're also the same size. It would be the first time Jake Paul would fight somebody his size, his age. That is the most telling of all. Not fighting 40-year-olds and not fighting young dudes. Well, he fought some other YouTubers, but they were smaller than him. So it will be the first time he's fighting a 200-pounder who's in his early 20s. That would be really telling. I mean, even for Tommy Fury as well. I mean, listen, I want to see him fight somebody with a little bit more. I don't think Jake has great skills or anything like that, but I do think he has a little bit more flair than what Tommy has. And I would be interesting to see them in there. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see them face-to-face at all during this whole promotion, because I was curious to see like who's physically bigger, who's taller, I know Tommy's wider. I mean, he's got like shoulders for days. I know he's wider, but I want to see who's just physically bigger. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if that fight's going to come through. I know if we're just talking about generating money, he was on Love Island. I'm pretty sure he can generate some money. Like, he's a big deal in the UK. And I didn't hear a whole lot of boos for him when he came out in the US. As a matter of fact, I heard a whole lot of cheers. So, at least, maybe they just love him in Cleveland. I don't know. But, like, either way, he got a whole lot of cheers. I think that would be an excellent fight. And I think that's a good fight for him to redeem himself. And I also think it's a good fight for him to redeem himself where he won't get hurt. There should be no reason why he can't lay Jake Paul down. Honestly, like, I want to say in 3 rounds. There should be no reason why he couldn't. Not to mention, again, who his big brother is and who he spars on a regular basis. There should be no reason why Jake Paul should go 3 rounds with you. But overall, this was not the best fight in the world. I hope I never see Anthony Taylor in a boxing ring again. And it just, again, I just feel like it was a mockery. I get it, you know, he's Jake's friend. Put him on in there with a lion, I guess. But we don't need to see Anthony Taylor again. I think I speak for you guys as well when I say we don't want to see Anthony Taylor in the ring again. And I do want to see Tommy Fury in the ring really soon. I think another thing with him is I think he just needs to be active, like really, really active. And I think he'll loosen up a little more, you know. But overall, not the best fight, but I am looking forward to his next fight. But I want to know what you think down below. And as always, I need you to like and subscribe.